normal location है उम्मानी पे मैं हूँ. I feel fortunate enough to have this life anyway, to just have a time for myself and to be with myself. You know, that's what we talk all about, self-love, self-care, because self-care to me is, according to my background of my belief, where I come from, self-love and self-care is all about trying to returning back to love. You know, I have this saying like return back to love. So to me, to pull yourself up and to encourage yourself, to celebrate the joy, you know, it's you that I always say, feed yourself, feed your mind with that food of love, with that attitude of self-care and self-love. Self-love is to have a time for yourself, all by yourself. Maybe in this beautiful nature, you just run there, like I created my own small house, very beautiful. To me, it's a luxurious. And I come here, and now the springs are coming up, the snows are melting. You know, nature has its own circle, its own cycle of change, because everything is transitory. Understanding that truth, I feel quite fortunate to have this time and opportunity for myself, you know, to come here, or you may go anywhere into the nature, build a small house like myself, like me, and you go there, hang stuff like yours, whatever you like. I hear my prayer flag according to my belief, and seeing this, it creates a joy in me immediately, you know. And seeing this house, it gives me the fulfillment, a sense of fulfillment. And to sit there silently, and sitting there, and of course I do a meditation on shamatha, which means calming the mind, trying to focus mind in one object. Either it could be a light of love in your heart, or concentrating on your breath, or some kind of object, or to the sensation of your body, or observing, or watching your mind, whatever. You just sit there as long as you can, as much as you can. It could be 3 minutes, 7 minutes, 37 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, or it can go up to 7 hours. You know, you just sit there, and then the sense of belonging and the purpose of life comes in you. And that self-care, self-love gives you so much of joy. And that self-love, self-care is all about returning yourself to your original state of who you are actually, you know. You are that one entity of everything. You understand that whole universe is in you. Everything is in you. All these trees, the lake, the snow, you are one among them. And you sit there with this deep stillness, deep silence you go. And through that silence, through that stillness, something comes up. Something comes up. Such pure understand, which vibrates, which transmits, which shines all over into all 10 directions. And that, if I put into one word, it's a bodhicitta, our innate nature of all things, the same nature which is right in all of us. And you sit there as much as you can, you know. And sitting there in itself is a deep sense of peace, joy, contentment, and then the sense of feeling of oneness with everything. At that moment you have everything, you know. You are not lonely, you are not unhappy, you are overflown by a joy, so to say blissfulness also. and there's no havoc, there's no confusion, there's no troublemaker on this earth. The troublemaker on this earth is when we open our mouth, when we go up and run and mix with the people and talk and all sorts of things, and then that creates all sort of confusion, then debate and discussion and blah 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 blah. But having said that, as I get up from my seat of my stillness or meditation, with that attitude of perfect motivation and intention of bodhicitta, that okay, now I'm going into the world, I'm going into the society, then I say myself, keeping the deep sense of peace and calmness, stillness within myself, the another side of my mind says, okay, you are throwing yourself for the happiness of others, for the protection of others. You are going to save somebody. You're using your three doors, mind, body, and speech, to benefit others. Your voice, your speech should be the voice for the voiceless, like innocent animals that had been murdered, killed, and everything. You should speak out for them, fearlessly, courageously, with compassion. You should speak up. You cannot keep silence. So that is also one thing, that how silence in itself is a voice of compassion, courage, bodhicitta. And your body, if you see somebody, you don't ignore. You try to help them as much as you can. You cannot ignore. If you see somebody lying there, or dog or anything, wounded or what, you cannot ignore. You should go there and use your body, your muscle or whatever, to pick up that person or do anything to help him, drive him to hospital or do anything. Now through your mind level is the ultimate thing. That intention of perfect motivation, bodhicitta, arises through your mind. Mind is the boss. Mind is the king. You're your own master. Because ultimately, mind matters most. So knowing that you have that mind, and among billions and billions of consciousness of mind or whatever, the one mind, that chit, is the bodhicitta. That's who you are. And coming to recognize that you are that kind of a mind, that kind of a consciousness, that kind of a spirit of bodhicitta, I think you are fulfilling your purpose in this earth as human being born as a human being. I feel deeply that your purpose of being born as a human being is right, correct, and you did the right thing. And in the end of the day, everything is down story, everything must break, everything must disappear, but accept transformation, that you transform yourself into that bodhicitta, and when you leave everything behind, I think you go beyond everything and enter into the unbreakable, unchanging dimension of the mind, the infinite blue sky without a cloud. And you are there. You are there everywhere. Recognize your mind of a sky like